Red cabbage consists of a leafy head that is usually purple. Whereas the green cabbage contains pale light green colored leaves, experts say the intensity of the color of the purple cabbage leaves is determined by the acidic nature of the soil. The red cabbage provides a distinct pop of color to the salads and other dishes when added. Overall, red cabbage is being used in various meal preparations in different cuisines. Red cabbage is a powerhouse of vitamin C, which makes it an antioxidant-filled immune booster. Now, let's get right into it. Hello and welcome to yet another exciting episode of Kilimo na Biashara. Well, do not cut your cabbage unless you're ready to consume it, like right at that moment. I'm saying that because today we want to focus on cabbage farming, but not just the ordinary cabbage. Today we focus on red cabbage farming. Have you tried that? Have you consumed that? Well, if not, today we want to show you how you can do that, how to plant, how to grow, and how to harvest this particular crop. So join me in the farm. Let's go. This is just one of the greenhouses around here. The better farmer is close by, but look, it's called Shabangu Farms. So let's get the story behind Shabangu Farms. Let's find him. Ooh. William, hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Karibu.
Hi. What's happening here?
Just started doing gapping. We did some transplanting of the red cabbage like 3 days ago, but we discovered some mortality rate was small kidogo, so zingine zilikufa. Now we are trying to just do gapping and replacing them.
So these are the seedlings. This is how they look.
Yes, that's how they look.
The red cabbage, they're almost similar with the normal cabbage when they are quite young.
Yes.
Just
a bit of a shade of purple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Slightly purple. So amongst all other crops, we're so used to ordinary cabbage. Why red cabbage?
First reason as to why I do red cabbage is because of the market. I'm in farm for business, all right? Without it being a business, then I would not be able to run what we've done. However, the other reason that I do red cabbage is because of the value it adds to the soil. There's a lot of organic matter that it does, and then in addition to that, there's soil repairing, because we plan to bring another crop that has a slightly better value than the cabbage.
So even before we talk about this crop, this being a cover crop, let's talk about Shabangu Farm. How did the idea conceptualize, or what's the story behind Shabangu Farm?
Shabangu Farms started sometime in 2016. It's something that I had struggled with for a while to begin, but it's an interest that I developed while I was in school. I actually worked at a facility in Long Island in the United States, and we used to have greenhouse facilities that will have a variety of different crops growing. And from there, I got to train young people who used to come and stay with us for a season. And so during that time, my interest kind of picked.
So William, on my way here, I saw a couple of greenhouses. What do you have here? Because I say it's not just red cabbage.
Well, we have different crops. Majority of the greenhouses right now are undergoing the same thing we're doing here, crop rotation. So we do have green cabbage, we have beetroot, we have the red cabbage, we also have onions in the greenhouse, and we have capsicums also in the greenhouses.
So this is not actually the main crop, but then what are the importance of having red cabbage or planting red cabbage?
As I said before, I think for me the first thing is the value, right? Compared to the other color of cabbage, this has more market value financially speaking. Number two, the health benefits. Red cabbage is very good for cardiovascular health. It's also very good for detoxification and has a richer vitamins content compared to the other one. And then of course, the soil repairing that it does for us. It's very good, especially because when we harvest, there's a lot of foliar that will be left here that will end up decomposing and working out to be manure in the soil.
Since you've talked about the nutritional values and the health benefits, I'm sure there's someone somewhere who's already curious now. How do you plant this? How do you begin? How do you venture into red cabbage farming?
Red cabbage, you actually need to get your seed propagated. You have to choose the right seed. There are different market varieties. More specifically here in Kenya, we have two very popular red cabbage varieties. The first one is River F1 and the other one is called Red Ruby Perfection. You find a seed propagator, they do the seedlings for you, and after 30 days you come and plant. So there's a lot of preparation that has to happen.
So which crop was here, since you're saying it is just a rotational crop?
We actually had onions here. So the plan is onions, and then we've done red cabbage, then we'll do some bit of legume, some chickpeas or some beans.
So what are some of the preparations? When you speak about preparations, I'm sure it involves a lot of things. What are those preparations?
Well, for us, a lot of the things we have to do is, first of all, we love to do what you call pre-broadcasting. We apply fertilizers and manure prior to planting. So a lot of the nitrogen has already been applied to the ground. And then we transplant. Our spacing is 45 centimeters plant to plant and about 60 centimeters the one row to the other.
And since you've talked about nitrogen fixing and the importance what this red cabbage does to the soil, which type of soil is really favorable for red cabbage farming?
Primarily our soil is black cotton.
And since it's black cotton, you said it's holding water nicely. But tell me, you've installed drip irrigation here. Does it require a lot of water?
Cabbage will need you to have a good source of water. I mean, majority of farming needs you to have actually good source of water. So we do get our water from the river, but we have 3 dams amounting to about 7 million liters of water. The nutrients and the fertilizers and the NPKs that the crop needs to grow, it needs water, and the water is the one that carries it up the plant.
So where we are right now, what stage is this, and what are the stages involved when it comes to red cabbage?
Well, this is the first stage. We just transplanted, as I said, about 3-4 days ago. Then it will go to what we now call the vegetative stage. Now the vegetative stage, that's where now it starts forming the leaves and it starts growing bigger and wider and kind of getting its own space and room. And then after that, we go to now the final stage, which is more or less, I would call the head formation, or bulbing if it's an onion, or fruiting if it's a tomato.
We'll still go to the vegetative side, but I'm just so curious. You're passionate about this. Did you study agriculture or agronomy?
No, I did not study agronomy. Out there, we're in a technology world now. Out there's a lot of resource. I call myself a YouTube graduate in farming. I spend a lot of time researching. I spent also, when I worked, I got to experience and see what happens. But a lot of what we've done is, you get online, you study, you watch videos. I download papers from university with agriculture and all. My schooling is not farming, but my expertise happens to be the same. So you just have to gain and grow that passion that you have. If you don't have the passion, you can do it and go for the money. But for me, it's not just about money. For me, it's also about the fact that I want to get that call from zucchini or from Naivas telling me that, hey, your red cabbage is of excellent quality. Right, that makes me happy. You know, that makes me sleep at night, and that also gives me the joy of what I do.
So William, you said there are some spots that need some gapping.
Yes.
So where can we gap? I can help you do that.
All right, sure. So let's go find some locations we can do
Okay. This side?
Yes.
Okay.
Looks like that bed.
Ah, there are
some
several
work done.
spots here. Okay. So we start with that one right there. So what do we do?
The first thing you have to do is kind of redo the hole, rework the hole to about 2-3 inches depth.
Ah,
All
3
right.
inches.
Yes.
Okay.
And a bit wide to allow for easy, nice aeration and growth of root. And then what you'll do is you'll pick like just a little bit handful of DAP.
Ah, so you drop DAP.
That's estimated to about be 10 grams.
It has to be DAP.
It has to be DAP because DAP has a high content of phosphorus because it's starting. Okay, to ensure that the fertilizer doesn't still burn the roots, and rather it also helps the spread of the roots in the ground as it starts to grow.
I get you the seedling. Let me get you one. This one.
So you would put it in the hole and kind of use your index finger to push it down, and then bring back the soil around and press it down to ensure that it stands straight.
Yeah.
And make sure that the leaves are not covered with the foliar lest they get burnt with the transplanting fertilizer. After you've pushed it and make sure that it's standing up straight, you're good to go. Just need to make sure that there's enough moisture in the soil to ensure that the fertilizer doesn't still burn the roots, and rather it also helps the spread of the roots in the ground as it starts to grow.
How long does it take to mature?
Red cabbage takes anywhere between 13 to 15 weeks, depending on several conditions: the temperature, the soil nutrition, the environment of where you're growing. All those factors come together to determine how fast the red cabbage is going to mature and form the full head.
This is the vegetative stage of red cabbage. William, what happens at this vegetative level?
What happens here is that the tree, or rather the crop, starts to grow vigorously. The shoots, or rather the leaves, start expanding, as you can see. And then it kind of forms more and more and more and more leaves as it continues to grow. And then it proceeds to form a small stalk in the middle that holds up everything.
Yeah.
More like the medulla oblongata in the brain of a human being. It forms around and around and around, and then it starts to layer itself up. Now, this particular stage, you have to be very specific with the fertilizers you apply.
So which one do you use here?
This is the stage you do the CAN, or anything that is high in nitrogen. This is the time that is required, because nitrogen is very important in the formation of leaf, or rather foliar growth.
And since it's the vegetative section, what happens to these leaves once you've harvested the head?
When we go to harvest, and I'll give you that experience, we get to remove the middle part, but then the outside leaves just remain. Now, this is why I say that this crop helps us a lot in adding organic matter back to the soil, because what we will do is that we will plow it back to the soil and decompose it as manure, natural manure for the ground here.
So from this level, we go to the next greenhouse.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. They have small heads.
Yes.
And they're really compact.
Yes. All right, here we are.
And here you have two varieties.
Yes.
You have both the white one, or is it called green one?
Yes, and the red.
Ah, the red. Some people call it purple.
So, yes.
So which ones are ready for harvest? No, watu wakigonga hivi.
Yes. So this particular one here is ready for harvest. You look for the ones that are good in size and you tap them. You have to actually tap.
Yeah.
They'll give a deep, hollow sound. All right. So this particular one is ready.
You can have the knife.
And so from there, like this one is ready. So we would push and break them to the side.
There we go.
Okay. And then you'd proceed to cut it
just
right
from the
at
stalk.
the base here, the stalk. Okay.
And this one is ready.
This one
is like how many kgs?
This one is about 1.8, almost 2 kilos.
2 kilos.
Yes.
Wow, you'll tell me about the price later.
But what we do is this is how you transport it, but how they have it in the shelf is they undress it. But most of the times when we transport it, because of damages and to protect it, we would leave a couple of the leaves over it. And when we get to where we're delivering them, that's when we'll now undress to the satisfaction or the liking of the client. Some still want them the way they are, completely dressed. They will undress them by themselves. Can you go ahead and do it?
I can undress it. Why not?
Yeah. So you remove it so that it shows the deep, nice purplish color.
This is beautiful. Another undressing?
Yes. Yes.
So that we see the distinct purple color.
Exactly. There you go.
That's why they call it red cabbage.
Yes.
Wow, look at this. Quite fascinating, right? Quite fascinating. So we have some more?
Yes.
Okay.
So you want to do this time? So we can walk in and check for the one that is ready. Remember, you tap and listen to the sound.
Yeah, to the
You can do this here. Try this one here.
This one?
Yes.
That is very hollow.
Yes, there you go.
So I try this. We have this one. Look at this. It's really nice.
Yes.
So we have to undress it again.
You have to undress it when it gets to the shelf.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's put this in the crate. So we go to the other side.
Yes.
I see you have another variety. We can take our crate. So here, what is that? Aside from the color, what's the difference between this green one and this red variety?
Well, first of all, since we are in this greenhouse that I call half and half, let me show you something here to be able to answer your question. So this is the green or white cabbage, and compared to the red cabbage, the green one is usually bigger and heavier. This one weighs about 4 kilos or 4.5 kilos compared to this, which is about 1.8, 1.9 kilos, right? However, this red one is packed with vitamins compared to this green one.
So aside from vitamins, how is the money factor?
The difference is that the red cabbage always sells per kilo, all right? And you get a good return for this. So sometimes you'll sell it for 60 shillings per kilo, sometimes 80 shillings. The best I've ever sold it is at 110 shillings per kilo.
And since red cabbage is quite unique, how is the market reception?
Well, there's a clientele that appreciates the red. There's a certain, let me say, class of Kenyan citizens that really value the red. The white is the common one. All right, you'll never find these in the open, the red ones in the open market, but these ones you'll find truckloads of them.
And since, William, you've been in this business for quite some time now, would you say it's a profitable venture?
Yes, definitely it is, especially if you do it in a huge capacity. It's definitely a profitable venture because, for example, in this greenhouse, I have about 1,600, 800 of red, 800 of green, all right? If I sell for the best price, the 800 green will give me 40,000. Okay, all of them. If I sell for the best price, then I'll probably get about 150,000 for the 800 ones on this other side.
Since I've never prepared this red cabbage before, I'm sure, are you ready to prepare it with me?
Very good for salad. Let's go do it.
Okay, let's go. Here we go, try this. Salad. So we have everything set up here.
Yes, our people already went ahead and prepared what we need. And as we had mentioned earlier, we want to make a salad, a very healthy salad, using our ingredient. Over there, that's how actually the red cabbage looks like on the inside.
This is it.
Yes.
Look at this.
Right, beautiful white and purple.
Wow. Fascinating.
Interior color, yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. And so that's how it looks like when it's been chopped.
Yeah. So you start with red cabbage. Right. So you put it inside here.
Yes, yes. You'll need to create a crater, a small crater in the middle.
In the middle.
Yes.
So we create something like a space.
Yes.
So Dania next?
Yes, Dania next.
Okay.
Just put it in the middle of the hole. I've just been grown right here at Shabango Farms.
Yes, this is, and they're so healthy.
Yeah,
Look at this.
Thank you very much.
So capsicum is next, and I see you have different varieties of capsicum in this farm.
Yes, we do. We grow them right here. We have the red, yellow, and orange. So you'll need to mix them up together.
Like this.
Then next we'll add some beetroot.
So beetroot, we have it here. And you grow beetroots here?
Yes, we do too. All this is grown right here.
Then finally onions. Okay.
And of course we'll mix it up again as we add salt. And I'll help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah, as you continue mixing.
Okay.
And we can pile it together neatly.
Let me remove this.
Yeah.
Put it here. You pile it together.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Okay.
And finally, the beefsteak tomatoes.
The beef what? Beef steak. Okay. It's a big one. Like this.
And then we'll now you can squeeze the lemon.
Lemon, we have it here. Actually have it. I'm becoming a chef, yeah?
And then finally, we will do the vinegar.
1 cup, or how do we measure?
1 cup.
Okay.
The cup, the top.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Sprinkle around the red cabbage area. Some more over the top of the tomatoes. And we're good to go.
Ooh.
It's a quick salad.
It's a quick fix.
You can literally make this in 5 minutes.
It's ready. We can test it now.
Yes, it's ready.
Okay, we can test it.
Yes, we should.
Okay.
Yeah, so you would want to take the spoon and the fork together and scoop and hold.
Okay.
So that you can.
Okay.
They can be able to get a bit of everything. There you go.
Ooh. You can also do the same.
All right.
So let me test. Let me first catch up with the red cabbage. It is really nice. This is one of the best salads I've ever tasted. And the best thing is, it's just from this farm.
Everything fresh.
From farm to fork.
Yes. Our saying is from our farm to your plate.
Wow. This food tastes heavenly. This salad, the red cabbage, but well, it's not just about the taste of the red cabbage. Also, he has talked about the taste of the money factor involved. Other than the normal white or green cabbage, this, you will make a kill with it. So I think today you've learned a lot about red cabbage, this unique type of vegetable, and you can try this in your farm as well. Thank you so much for being part of the show. My name is Linda Koskei. Let's do this again next Friday, same time.